Shane here with Roxas Studios.
I look like I have little T-Rex arms.
I got a big head and little arms. What is this?
I don't know. What is this?
This is Shane with Roxas Studios. You just snort. You just snorted. That was great. CosCast. Today we have another segment with an awesome local cosplayer. This is, well actually, why don't you tell us, what is your name?
My name is Kat, but I go by CatNaps. LOL, CatNaps Cosplay, CatNaps whatever, CatNaps Trash.
CatNaps Trash, yeah. So you do cosplay, but you also have been really big in streaming lately as well.
Yeah, I've been talking about streaming ever since I started playing video games, like, online. And it started with League of Legends. I'm like, I'm gold, I can do this. Like, people want to watch me.
No.
Not
so much. Oh,
so,
League.
I finally got a gaming rig that actually lets me stream and connect with people, and so far it's been a blast.
And what do you stream?
Mainly Overwatch right now,
Nice,
but
okay.
I've been trying to get into Black Desert Online. I've been playing Terra for a bit, but mainly Overwatch.
Well, you played Terra back, well, so I've known Kat for years now, I guess. I used to own a previous business a long time ago here locally, and she was like one of my first customers actually, which was crazy. So it's a small world. You were like 16 at the time.
Yeah, and it's been 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want me to say that, so
I don't care. I'm kind of...
She's legal, guys. Calm down.
Yeah.
Okay, jeez.
I'm reverse jailbait.
I'm reverse. She's just like, it's a trap. Oh wait, no.
Ooh,
Oh, okay. She looks straight up like an anime girl. That's really it. You know.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
It's the struggle is real.
I get it from soccer moms all the time. They're like, oh, you look like one of those like Japanese cartoon girls. I'm like,
Yes.
thanks.
What is your favorite character to cosplay as, or what is your favorite cosplay that you've done so far?
My favorite cosplay, it's kind of janky. All my cosplays are. I do everything as cheap as possible. But it'd probably have to be my Ari cosplay from League of Legends. Mainly because I've always been super like interested in how people like construct the tails.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was going out of their way spending like $300 on tails. And I'm like, I'm cheap. Why don't I know how to make that cheaper. So I just tried a bunch of things and I eventually came up with my own tutorial and I made it for $60.
That's awesome.
And they float and walk as you move, and I love it.
And I actually got a picture of you at A-kon like a year ago when I first started doing photography. So
yeah.
Really, because I made your glowy thing.
Yes, I love that picture. I was like, guys, look, it's edited. I have a...
That was like one of my first edits. That was awesome. So how long have you been cosplaying, and why did you start?
I learned what anime was through Neopets when I was like 10.
Neopets?
Yeah,
yes.
I lied about my age. I said I was 13. Made a bunch of friends that thought I was 13. Sorry, guys. I'm out. But,
She's been outed. It's like
what?
Club Penguin or something like back in the day. Do you remember that?
Yeah. God.
Yeah. Oh,
Tip
man.
the iceberg.
Oh, geez, no.
But,
my mind's exploding.
Yeah, so my friends are all like, oh yeah, this is anime. This is like an anime video game. I'm like, sweet, that looks pretty. And basically I like started like learning what it is. I became like the biggest weeb you could ever imagine.
Weeb, yeah.
And I found a game called Tales of the Abyss, and I was like, oh, I love that character. I want to dress up as it. And my friend's like, that's called cosplay.
And you're like, oh, all right, hashtag. I'm just kidding. Hashtags were back then. They were pound signs.
They were pound signs.
Back in the day, okay.
Yeah, but I was 13 when I first started, and it literally was just because like I love the characters. I love character design. I always was talking about wanting to be a concept artist.
Yeah, I remember that. A lot of the art stuff that you'd like to do. And then, like, I mean, a lot of games that you play, too, have really good art. I mean, like, Terra, you were, like, a cat person for a while, right?
Yeah, I played the little Ellen class, the little midget girls with thick thighs save lives.
Thick thighs save lives. That's the quote of the day. Or forever, actually. That's always true. You're like, yeah. Do you have a dream cosplay? Like, if you had no budget or anything, like, no amount of money, there's no amount of time, anything you want, what would you do?
So I always said I had a dream cosplay, and it was as simple as like Sylvanas Windrunner, just because I want to make it LED. But now that you've said like absolute no budget,
yeah,
I'm trying to think of like.
There's no budget. I know you're a budget cosplayer because you're like, I'm gonna make that for like $20 and like a handshake and like we're gonna get this done.
Duct tape.
Duct tape, you know.
I'll
trade you some like sriracha sauce for something. You know, it's like we're just gonna make it happen. You know.
I
put her on the spot.
I still want to say Sylvanas.
Just make it super badass, basically.
Yeah, super high quality, so it never breaks.
Yeah, that's the struggle. You know, just stuff breaking all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna make a horrible joke. I was gonna say, does that include a boob job?
Yeah, no, hey, there's a lot of cosplayers that do that, so, I mean, I think we all know.
No shame in your game. Yeah. Work your hustle.
If you get it, girl. I mean, make that magic happen. That's awesome. Well, so speaking of that then, who is like your favorite cosplayer, or like what is the most amazing cosplay you've ever seen online or in person that you're like, whoa, that's cool?
So there was this time where I met Jessica Nigri and I cried and she snuggled me into her bosoms at CosCon this year. And I went up to her shaking and I'm like, you look so good! Because she was cosplaying, I'm gonna screw up the name because I screw up names. I didn't even know how to say affiliate till the other day.
Affiliate. Gotcha.
She was cosplaying as Sindragosa from WoW. And
yeah, it's a dragon. Yeah, it's a dragon.
Because I fell in love with her Deathwing, and then I was like, she can't really top that. That's like her best armor cosplay. She went and topped it.
Yeah,
in person, like pictures don't do it justice.
Yeah.
You don't see like how everything works together so well until you see it in person.
Yeah.
Because she said like during her Deathwing creation, she was like, oh yeah, I'm like super like lazy about this and none of things are finished. But in person, like you can not finish parts of your cosplay and hide it so well. Like,
oh yeah. I do that a lot in my like edits and stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna like blur that a little bit or put some texture on it and no one's gonna know that I didn't do anything to it.
Backdrop.
So, exactly. Like, no one needs to see that. Well, actually it's kind of funny because you're talking about like fake boobs and like, you know, she has big boobs, which honestly, like, a lot of people crap on her because they say, oh, she's all about the boobs and stuff, but like, she puts YouTube videos up of her like making these amazing armor builds, and so it's like, I gotta give it to the girl. Yeah, she got big boobs and she looks great, but she also has a lot of skill. I mean, you can't just do one or the other, because if you're, no offense guys, but if you're done with big boobs, it's only gonna get you so far. You have to have some kind of talent or skill to showcase like, I'm more than just my body. So, and we kind of talked about that with like Twitch, you know, streaming, guys complaining like, oh, girls are so much better. It's like, no, I mean, yes, guys want to look at girls because they're attractive, but there's got to be something there. They either have to be good at the game, or they're just interesting to talk to, or
a good personality. Like you have to keep on track of everything and network and socialize with people.
Well, she didn't even have her boobs at first, though. She got like halfway through her cosplay career, so I mean, she had to have been good at the very beginning to get to where she is now.
Exactly.
So, who is this person? What is all this stuff?
This is your top-of-the-line closet cosplay, Futaba Sakura from Persona 5. Because she is my heart and soul, my cinnamon apple.
My cinnamon apple? Futaba is best bae? Is that what it is?
She is everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're not familiar, it's Persona 5. It's on only PlayStation right now, right?
It's on PC? I think it's PlayStation only.
Yeah, so PlayStation exclusive. So I haven't played it yet. You're actually playing as what's the main guy's name?
So basically in any Persona game, there's a main protagonist, and you can give him whatever name, but if you want to follow the manga or like the canon name, his name's Akira.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm not gonna even try to say his last name because I'm not Japanese.
Yeah, it's totally cool. But you play this guy, but it's really kind of funny because you immerse yourself into his life, or I guess your life, and like you spend your time however you see fit, but then it affects different aspects of the game, including the ending. And then along the way, you pick up people that help you, or you piss them off, I guess. And you know, this, as we say, best bae, but basically she is one of the people that can join your team. Do you have to like date you, or is it?
You don't have to date the girls, but
you have to persuade them to join your cause, basically.
Well, okay, so this isn't a spoiler. It's not. It's just it kind of just goes like you pick up the characters no matter what.
Gotcha. Okay.
But depending on how well you bond with them over time, their stats become stronger. Your bond becomes stronger, and basically it just kind of like adds to it.
Gotcha. And so, what is your best attribute then? I guess as the character, anyways. Like, why do I pick you up as bae? Is it like because you're a hacker type thing? What does she actually do for you in the game?
So I actually got to use this. Well, I got lucky and got the ability. I have been praying to the shrine to get Bae. I just want to wipe her up. You don't actually get to play as Futaba.
Yeah, is she like a helper thing, or is it like it takes
yeah,
it's kind
of like a helper. There's always like one character in Persona that like oversees the mission and kind of helps you through your way through the dungeon. And with her, she, instead of me being in the middle being ambushed, she switched it around. So I just started off with an all-out attack and won the battle and got through it super easily.
Yeah. So I mean, if you look online, you'll see a lot of like photography, or I guess not photography, a lot of concept art of her. She's always like huddled in her corner on a computer hacking away with all this stuff going around, like with her headphones on. So there's also like a weird thing going around, like the Squid Girl comparison with her. Like,
oh my gosh.
It was kind of interesting. I don't know. Just to say relevant, I guess. You know.
One of my friends is like, "Oh, you're cosplaying Squid Girl." I'm like,
no. So really, like one of the questions I get asked a lot, and I'm gonna ask this to everyone, like, do you have any tips or advice that you'd give to someone that's like, "Oh my God, CatNaps, you're like so famous, LOL," you know, whatever. And like they're like, "I wish I could be you. What do I have to do to be so awesome?" You know. So what do you usually tell aspiring cosplayers?
Okay, so I make self-deprecation jokes like all the time. That means like hating on yourself, right? It does. Okay.
Yes. I shit on myself every day. Okay, guys. Jeez.
So there's these awesome things called patterns. Like if you're just getting into sewing.
Yeah.
I still have yet to use one, and I've been sewing since I was 6.
Nice.
Like I started hand sewing because my mom's like, "Oh, here, there's these awesome little things called pins that hold your fabric in place." I'm like, I don't need that. You need them. Like whatever you do, please use pins. Like. I have so many crooked cosplays that I kind of just adjust because I'm like, I did not know what I was doing with this.
You're like, oh well, all right.
Oh well.
Cool.
But if you actually want to make something that holds up, take the extra time to finish it and make sure it looks nice, because that's my biggest issue. I do everything in under 20 hours. If I can make it in a day, I'm like,
I did good. All right,
so,
cool. Well, they sell like patterns like Joann's Fabric and or local fabric places. I don't know where you guys are watching from, but like here it's like Joann's and I don't know, like Hobby Lobby.
Hobby
and stuff.
Lobby has some.
So speaking of like crooked cosplays, like what's the stupidest thing you've ever done with a cosplay?
I actually think you were 100% there for it. It was the crotchless bodysuit for
I remember that. Yeah, that was great. That was a good time. That one right there. So she's actually on the monitor.
Yeah.
So there you go. Good stuff.
That bodysuit was $13 off eBay, and let me tell you, like, thank you eBay, but it didn't tell me it was crotchless. So, for cosplay, I have like accidentally become like an eBay sex shop regular, because they have a lot of really handy things for cosplay. Yeah,
like thigh highs, stockings, you know.
Strangely enough, bondage tape is really good for binding.
There you go.
Because it doesn't stick to your skin.
Yeah.
So
it just compresses and stuff. So.
If you need that.
Talking about the real topics here, guys. This is awesome. Well, it was funny too because I think I noticed when I did that shoot because I had to like edit some of the shots out. And I was like, that's skin. So it was fun. I was like, all right. Us photographers, we get it bad, you know.
Well, before you guys.
All right. So, but anywho, do you have any cosplays that you're working on right now?
Because my sewing machine has bit the dust, just like my old Futaba shirt. I'm going to be buying 2B's dress online, but I'm going to be making multiple weapons for her.
Cool.
Probably her little pod too.
Nice. So 2B is from Nier, by the way, which is another PlayStation game. It's Nier Automatica.
Nier Automata.
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 Automata. I can't pronounce either. I don't know.
I can't say anemones.
An enemy? Like a sea anemone?
Yeah.
Or like enemies?
There's a character named Anemone.
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 An anemone?
Edamame.
Edamame. Hey, that's good stuff. All right. Keep it Japanese. Let's do it.
I know Japanese.
Yeah, edamame. What are your next or upcoming conventions that you'll be attending? Just curious.
Okay, so I'm gonna work my butt off to make sure I can go to A-Fest because that's one of like my favorite local cons. Like it's such a good I'm gonna go hang out with my buddies kind of day.
Yep.
And because there's not too many photography places. Because there's a place called the Marble Room, but they kick so many photographers out of it.
So I'm going to Clyde Warren because it's so close for a shoot. It's like, you're right, there's nowhere near the Sheridan that's like pretty or whatever. And so I was like, let's get creative. And there's like the train station, the DART station, but I'm like, that's like Hobo Central. I'm sorry, but it is.
You can always go down to like downtown Dallas, but that can only like fit so many cosplays.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, you don't walk into the city and then see people slinging swords at each other. So.
Yeah, well, actually, so Texas lifted the ban on the...
There's swords!
Yeah, you can legit carry a sword now.
I can bring my katana collection everywhere I go!
That's right. I don't know if I can carry these around, though. This is kind of random. Sorry, guys. Oh. But, you know, these might not be allowed.
I don't think battle axes count.
That's kind of a sword, right? Can we get these? My dual battle axes? Like, no? I have a two-handed greatsword around here somewhere. It's actually along with my energy sword and keyblade as well. So, yeah, that's just...
Does this make you a white knight?
Yeah, basically, you know, why not?
Protect all the cosplayers.
All the cosplayers.
Milady.
Like, don't come in here. I'll mess you up with my two-handed greatsword and stuff. So, like, do you go to Fan Expo or Fan Days?
I've gone once. It was like my first time that I made my own like Battle Buddy Griffin cosplay.
Yeah.
Which is
I remember
horrible.
that, actually, yeah.
Oh god, but
that sword was awesome. I remember you brought it. It's freaking epic. That was crazy.
my cat broke. My 28-pound cat broke my sword.
It was a giant carrot sword. It was
like
really
it
big.
was about like I want to say as big as this table.
It was massive, and she's tiny, so.
It was literally like half my size and like thicker than me.
Like, I know I seem short right now because I'm sitting on the floor, but like, you probably come up to like my chest-ish. How tall are you? Like 5?
I'm 5'2".
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So
I'm 5'2".
tiny, but big sword. What are you gonna do? Ha!
Joke's on you!
Yeah,
Ha!
too bad.
Caring streamer about viewers.
Yes.
Am I impressing you yet?